Hey everybody, hey Darkstorm, hey Reformulate. So where we left off was the game was crashing when exporting, and we're trying to find out why. Hey Chef Halton. And we at least figured out that it will work in a brand new scene. So if I just make a Hello World delete me scene, this works. So we got to figure out what's going wrong, which is going to be pretty annoying. Hey Puffy. I'm not sure the best place to start even. Like, one thing we could do, I guess, is open up the town scene, set this back to use the town scene. Town. I don't actually remember what it's called. What is it called? Town.tsc. Scene/town/town. Yeah. This is it. All right, so if I hit the play button, it should be the game as usual. How's everyone's week going so far? Yeah, how is everyone doing? My week's going well. I think there have been a lot of productive days on Skeleseller, and we're getting close to launching the, early alpha, which I'm excited about. Is it related to your code being built with different configuration, release versus debug? I don't know, but I don't think so, because our Hello World scene worked. But yeah, I should probably just delete this task altogether, because I don't think we need this. I mean, maybe I'll copy paste it just in case. I'll save this in temp somewhere. We'll say tasks.json. But I'll revert this. Probably revert this stuff too. Yeah, I don't think this matters. And same thing with the solution. Probably doesn't matter. Okay. All right, so getting back to this now. So we have the town. And if I just cut out all of the code in the town, then will it work? So we're literally just going to do that. We're going to copy, we're going to get rid of everything. There. So now we have what? 4 lines? A using, a namespace, a class definition, and oh, okay. There's a syntax highlighted and it didn't catch up. And that's it. That's all we have. So if this doesn't work, then we're in bad shape, I guess. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, that's going to be a problem, I guess. Which is that there are a lot of functions that we needed here. States by item. By item had something in there. Town.modify money. Well, there are a lot of functions that are going to need to exist in the town that I guess we're going to need to just cut out. Is it worth doing this for all of these? Well, sure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else we would do here. So let's try it. Let's just fix every single error. We'll get there. All right, where are the errors? All right, does not contain a definition for try upgrade shop. Let's throw all these at the bottom. Try upgrade shop. Oh wait, we could just say that there, right? False. Okay, what else? Get filled or empty displays. There we go. We will need the imports. I guess I'll just keep those in the game, because that should fix half of these things. Cool. What else do we have? Get cost of next adventurer. Get cost of pretty much everything. I guess these 4 functions. Okay. We're going to just make all of these things return 0. There we go. So we can delete all of those. Now get adventurer by class. Isn't this just the most fun? Imagine doing this with no version control. Yeah. I mean, you would have at least copy pasted a folder, and that way you'd have a backup. I think that's it. I think the game will run now. Maybe. Maybe not. Okay, the game runs. there is nothing going on and there's no code to control any of this stuff. So let's try exporting this. Hey, Visitronic. Oh boy, here goes. So we gotta wait for this to exist. Good. And then we try running it. Do we think it'll work? Do we think it won't work? It didn't work? Wow. I'm actually kind of surprised about that. What does that even mean? Maybe there's... Oh, I guess it's because the town scene includes a bunch of other scenes. So it probably means that the town wasn't the problem. What works for you? Same project, empty scene? Yeah. So I'm guessing there's another scene that we have in here that we need to delete. And who knows what it is. So how about this? Let's delete everything. Oh, it's going to break so much. There. Now let's hit the play button. All right. Wait, no, that's not what we were testing. Let me remember what I'm even doing here, which is to export every time. I'd be surprised if this didn't work because I cut everything out. Okay, I am surprised. Hey, Syntonic. That is your real name. I had to sneeze, but I couldn't sneeze. Itchy. We're trying to fix a really, really obnoxious bug right now, which is that when I export a Mac version of my game, it just doesn't work. And I don't know why. Maybe it is a C# problem. Maybe even the Hello World scene wouldn't have worked. Yeah, like this delete me thing. Maybe if we just added in a script and I create this and we do public override void ready gd print. There we go. Okay, let's try exporting that. Is that a Godot problem? I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know. I think it's probably a Godot problem, but that's me being hopeful. Did I pay the $100 year fee? No, not yet. Oh, good. It's breaking other things now. This part's at least easy to solve. I think we'll be able to get to the bottom of this. I just think this is going to be tough. And maybe it turns out that just having C# is the problem here. Oh, I don't know why that didn't happen in the other project that I'd made and tested. So yeah, we're just exporting and trying to get this to work. When I made a new project completely and set up just a really quick scene, nothing intense, everything went fine. So something is wrong with my project specifically. And I made a new scene in my project and that went fine. Okay, it is C#. It's something about C# because as soon as I attached a script here, this didn't work anymore. Interesting. Yeah. A new scene in my project will work. But then adding a C# script will no longer work. Is there a crash dump? I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. What does this mean that we can't attach a C# script here, but we could in the other project? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to try this, even though this is a shot in the dark. That doesn't change itself. Okay, no, it doesn't. Oh man, what do we do? All right, let's look through some more Godot issues. Got to be something here. C# Mac OS export segfault. Is the game built for a specific processor architecture? So the way that this gets exported through Godot is through a universal app that'll run on either, I guess. It's... I don't know which one of these it is. I wonder if downgrading the Godot mono version would work. Segfaulter hang on closing an OS print error when resources are leaked. I don't think it's probably this. Yeah, I don't think it's this. This was from years ago anyway. There is one open issue, but I don't think it's this either. This is on 3.3 and this is on Windows. Wow. I wonder if I can make a repro out of this and at least just file it into a bug and let the Godot people figure it out. What does runnable do here? Why would you ever not mark this as true? The preset will be available for use in one-click deploy. Only one preset per platform may be marked as runnable. I guess you could have multiple things you're exporting, and only one of them is the entry point. Can try this command. Yeah, sure. I made a special project that let me build, and that worked. And then I compared the config that I had between the two projects, and there were very, very superficial differences. I think I might even still have this open. Where is it? No, I think I closed it. But yeah, it was just like the name was different, that sort of thing. The path was different. There wasn't like a config option that was just totally missing. Let me try what Cheapo's saying. So game out info skeleseller.app. Wait, slash my app? Whoops. Do I have to do this with something in content? Like the binary itself? It'd be Skeleseller. So you're talking about this? Oh, I see. Just see what the architectures are? Yeah, it's got both of them. Yeah. No, it's okay. I don't know how I would look into this any more than just filing a bug on Godot at this point. I wonder if I can turn what I have into a minimal repro. Crashes on exported builds when using NuGet packages. It might be this. This, oh man, if it is this issue, I don't know what this even means for the future of this game, because this is 2 years old and hasn't been fixed yet, apparently. Let's keep reading though. Does it work here? It might be this. Maybe a duplicate of either of these two. Runtimes in NuGet package cannot be copied to the Android library correctly. It's just still open. Oh boy. Oh man, yeah, this is not good. Copy native libraries manually after exporting the game to a location where the game can find it. Okay, I mean, I don't mind doing that. It says it was fixed in 4.0 though. But there's still some error where this happened. editors installed? Correctly declared as native dependencies. Native library download. Yeah, yeah. Maybe it is this. Oh man, really hard to say. I don't know what this means. Yeah, I don't know what this is gonna do for exporting. Maybe this issue. Is anything suggested in here? Also, what is their repro? Create a new project, import Newtonsoft, paste this sample code in any node script. Build project, export. Try this. Be able to make it work on macOS without code signing by doing the following, but for production builds, I have to figure out how to code sign an existing app file. Export an app. Code signing turned off. From the Steam example repo, copy some dynamic lib files to the apps lib folder, and then add the following line to the config. Okay, there's kind of a problem here though, which is I don't even think we're using any dynamic libraries. The only stuff we have in that CS project file are for things that should all happen at build time. Although maybe Godot doesn't know about that. Maybe I should comment these things out and then try exporting again. Oh man, what a problem. All right, does this one load? No, I don't know. Probably have to do .NET Clean and .NET Restore first, then build. Okay, I can certainly try that. Okay, let's go test this out. One of the things that's worrying me about this is this person, I think definitely okay on GitHub. They're mentioning the Steamworks library, which we're going to need at some point. So even if I can get this working now by just cutting out whatever libraries we have, which I still can't. Oh boy. All right, let's run contents max Skeleseller. It just says segfault with no information. Okay, well, maybe we can figure this part out. Maybe there are some dynamic libraries we're using. Although, what are they? What would they possibly be? Or is there some other issue that's going on here? Copy the dynamic lib pretty much everywhere to try if anything worked. Project root, multiple places, nothing worked. When I start the game, it just crashes with quit unexpectedly. Did some fiddling around and realized that the crash on export might be caused by something else. Worked in the editor, didn't work in the exported game. Working in the editor, all paths are relative. Exported project, they are not. When I remove that call, my exported game at least did not crash on start. Sick fault and no stack trade. What is in this thing? Icons and Skeleseller.pck. All right, I want to go into that What? Oh, whoops, Skeleseller. I want to go into this, and I want to see what are the sizes of these. So this is probably all of the graphics for the game. That's my guess, at least. Yeah. What a shame. What a shame. How big is this? 141 megabytes? There's crazy workarounds that are also undocumented. What do we do? Yeah, so I think step number one is figure out what are we potentially even trying to use in here. There could be a dynamic library. And I guess it would only be these. When you install something, .NET, I don't know where I wrote any of this information down. Oh, here it was, .NET add package. Okay, so if I run .NET help, there's a list. It's not exactly what I want, I guess. Whoops. Skeleseller.solution. No. Oh, I guess I'm supposed to actually say solution here. I don't know. Analyzers don't ship with the build. They definitely shouldn't, but I don't have anything else that is even being used here. I don't understand how I could get less code or less of a scenario here that we're testing. We're in this delete me scene, which has hello world and a script. If I detach the script and I export, then this will work. It's as soon as I attach a script that it doesn't work. So something's going wrong in this project. Where is this? Yeah, here. So I run this. This should actually show me the hello world screen. Wait, even that doesn't work anymore? Maybe it never worked and I was just wrong about this. Let's delete both of these things and export again. Oh, wait. It shows that it wasn't saved. I thought that would automatically happen. Okay, hang on. I'm not testing the right thing. There. Now we export. And now this should work. Gotta wait for this to finish. Good. So yeah, I expect this to show the hello world thing. Yeah, this does work. And then as soon as we attach a C# script, it doesn't. But in another project, that all worked fine. Can you open JR and try exporting? Yeah, I'll try that out. Let me just do one other thing here really fast. Make sure I had kind of properly done this here. So there's a delete me. Oops, delete CS. We put this up here. Save. Right, this is not some weird problem here with, yeah. It says move it into a namespace. That doesn't break anything though. Like I can run this normally, right? Yeah, that all works fine. Okay, so now we try exporting and it should break. Save, okay. The right .NET edition for that CPU architecture? Let me say this. Here's what I had tried. I made a new project with the same scene setup and .NET 8. So there were basically no differences and exporting worked. And this project, it doesn't work. So I know at least that I can do this from my computer. And I didn't see any major differences between the configurations. So I assume it has to do with some code that's being called, or maybe the CS project file or something. Yeah, so this is what breaks it right here. Just adding in a C# script. And the script doesn't do anything. The script is this. It's a class and a call to gd.print. So yeah, let's try it with jump royale. So there's a separate version for ARM. Right, but what I'm saying is, in the new project and in this project that I'm making, I think the CS proj files were pretty much the same. So here we had, yeah, basically nothing in this entire thing. Cat test Mac OS export.cs proj. And then the same thing with the solution. So I didn't see anything different here. And in my CS proj file, I didn't see anything different here in my solution file. .NET 6 is being used here, but I upgraded that to 8 and I didn't see any change. Yeah, let's see if Jump Royale exports. I feel like it wouldn't. But yeah, let's try it out. So Mac OS, let's make an out folder. Save out.zip. Okay, we need to set a bundle identifier, com.testeroni.jumproyale. And then we need to turn this thing on. Now we export. Oh, it also crashes for you? Wait, on Windows? Oh, that's not good. Oh man, that's really not good. Yeah. All right, let's go back into Jump Royale. Where is Jump Royale there? And I made an out folder somewhere here. I feel like crashing on all platforms is better than crashing on one. Well, I might have been able to use Windows to make a Mac build. So I'm guessing this is going to crash. It's taking longer to crash. Yep, it crashed. Okay. Yeah, Regathian, I don't think that's a problem because, like I said, this other project that I had with the same version of Godot and everything, still, it worked. So I think it's some problem once we have, I guess, I don't know what the difference is. Something else. Yeah. Also, there are a ton of known issues on this, and it doesn't look like they're getting fixed. Yeah, I wonder how you work around this then. Sure thing, Pies. Yeah, thanks. Well, in a couple days you could stream it, although there's like probably 20 minutes of gameplay. Does the report button show any extra info? It had some. Let's see. This is Jump Royale, so I don't really need this. Delete that. Godot, Skeleseller, game out. Add-ons or plugins? I don't think I have any though. That's the thing. Like, where do those even show up? Yeah, I shouldn't have anything. Yeah, so Regathian, that's what I had started to do is clear this out. But I think I'm gonna need to delete like a ton of stuff to try to get it to be to like maybe get it to work. And then maybe we'll figure out from that what's broken, but I don't know if we'll get a solution from it. I think we'll just get more to put in these bugs, and I feel like it's already a known issue. Hey, Gleska. Are there no error logs? I mean, none that I could really find. The one thing that, I guess that's why I opened this up, is so that I could see the report button. Does the report button not even show now? It just crashes immediately? Yeah, weird. Can you show the export dialog a bit more? That GitHub issue said something about turning code signing off. Wonder what else there is. Yeah, but in the project where I got this to work, Is this the delete me project? No, this is just the delete me scene. Yeah. And the project where I got this to work, these options were all the same. So I don't think there's any problem here. But yeah. We have code signing. Where is it? Code signing, I guess, is enabled for this. Although they said something about, I don't know. We could just turn this off and see. Oh, wait. I think even when this is on, it says something about using ad hoc signature. It'll be blocked by gatekeeper. Yeah. If code signing is totally disabled, it just won't even run. Yeah. So I don't think even if I could build that way, I wouldn't be able to launch it. There might be a crash log save. Okay, I can take a look at that. Library, logs, diagnostic reports. Okay, it looks like it is saving crash logs. What are these files? Are they plain text? Can I read them? Yeah. Okay, hold on, because I don't know if there's anything private in this file. I might have some environment variable somewhere. Is there anything interesting in here? It just says seg fault, invalid address at 0x, and then a million zeros. Yeah. Should at least be a stack trace for each thread. Yeah, although I don't have symbol information in here. Let me see. I mean, I see a giant threads thing in here. Let me check something out. Give me a sec. Format. No, I don't even think. I don't really see. Oh, wait, here we go. Here's some stack traces. P thread start. I guess I can show this on screen. Nothing super helpful here, I guess. Address size fault. Yeah, same general thing. A whole bunch of threads are just waiting. I don't think there's anything interesting for any of this. And it's just this for pages and pages and pages. I mean, it looks like pretty much the same stuff. Are the IDs even different for this? If I just search for this and get the IDs, we have 55 of them. Are they all unique? No, they're, wait, no, what just happened? Unique. Yeah, they're all unique. Okay. Try opening it with console app. It should parse it and give you a much more readable view. No, I didn't. Okay, I'll check that out. Yeah. How do I use that? Mac OS console app. System-wide viewer for debug messages and log files. Oh, use console to just view the log? How do I select all those IDs? I just put my cursor on something like this, and then Alt F3 to select all of them, and then just go over to where the ID was. That sort of thing. Okay, so console. I just take this and drag that report onto it. Oh wait, do I just start an application with this? What am I doing? Yeah, what is this for? Right click on it, open with, okay, I see, gotcha. Oh, I think this is what opened originally when I was looking at this. Yeah, I see. Okay, this is slightly easier to read. Is there even Godot code in here? No, I don't see anything. Yeah, I don't see anything interesting here. Okay, well, what was I gonna do? Uh, Thing is, as far as a minimal repro goes, if it is this issue, they already have a minimal repro. And like I said, this is just so worrisome. This is from May of 2 years ago. Like, will this ever get fixed anytime soon? But also, how are more people not running into this? Yeah, I would expect this to be an issue for probably anybody who ends up releasing to Steam. In fact, I wonder if there's some articles on this. Godot export for Steam. GodotSteam.com. Hmm. I mean, it seems like people were able to do this. I wonder when this was written. We could probably find out. Yeah, pretty recently. Oh, yeah, you're right. Most people use Godot probably use GDScript and then don't hit this sort of thing. Because even if it is this issue that we saw, it has to do with some dynamic libraries not being, I don't know, pathed correctly or exported correctly. If you build on an x86 Mac, well, Darkstorm tried building on a Windows computer and it didn't work there either. So I think this is more of a C# and Godot issue. Also, even if it was that way, I don't have a non-ARM Mac, so I need to like rent a VM in the cloud. Does Godot use mono? Godot has a Godot mono build, and so yeah, that's the one that we're using is this one, Godot mono. Break compatibility. Okay, yeah, how do I work around this? Because like they said in this one, they said just try copying files to a different location, although it didn't work for this person. Yeah, there just wasn't any more follow-up from this. And this Kansuko person, I don't think ever got it working. Huge blocker, yeah. Very strange. Okay, I wonder, I think it could help to know how did that temporary project work? This is Jump Royale, right? Yeah, so if I go to quit the project list, I know at least that the temporary one worked. This one, test macOS export. This should have the same setup that I had over here, right? Like the exact same code. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the name of the class is different, but that doesn't matter. Let's close out the console. Okay, so this was exported and worked. Yeah, I wonder, let's try as a zip, export, save. Okay, now temp, test Godot, open this folder. All right, there.
Whoops.
Unable to expand. Oh, was it not finished yet? That seemed strange. Let's try that again. Yeah, there we go. All right, so now I launched this, and this works, right? This broke all of a sudden. No, it didn't break. Okay. Favorite type of soup? I don't know. I'm not really a soup person. A free build agent? They have those for Mac? Wow, I didn't realize. I thought pretty much everything to do with running Mac machines on a cloud would be paid. So this apparently works. And this is with .NET 6. If I change this to .NET 8, is it a problem? I'm losing track a little bit of what I'd already tested. Because maybe that's the real issue here. The thing is, even going back from .NET 8 would be really obnoxious. We'd lose a bunch of features that I've already started relying on. But okay, so now we delete this again, run this again, run this. Does it still launch? Yes, okay. So it's not a .NET thing. I'm gonna close all these files. And I want to take a look at that one again. This compared with, I guess, game.csproj. Yeah. So there were some conditions here, but these are based on being on Android or iOS, so that shouldn't really make a difference. And then we have all of these things on. I don't think the root namespace should matter. Analysis mode, again, I don't really think these should matter. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's nullable being a problem. And then references to these, which should only be at build time. I guess what we could do is we could try adding these into the test project and just seeing what happens. Yeah, let's do that. That makes sense. Okay, so let's put all of this over here. And then delete this. And then maybe we need to do a .NET clean and a .NET restore. Specify a project or solution file. Current working directory does not contain one. Oh, I'm one layer too high. All right, restore. I think it would work if you just copied everything over to a temporary project. I don't know. That's what I want to find out is what's the difference between these two things. So, okay, we just changed that. Let's go test this out. If it somehow breaks, then we at least have more of an indicator of what's going wrong. This is what I was doing earlier when I cut out all this stuff from town, but then it failed and I thought, did this ever work even with the delete me scene? And that's when I found out I was adding a C# script that did it. But that didn't really make sense because it worked in the standalone project. So now we're trying to find the difference. It's just success delayed. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I hope it's not delayed by like 2 years or something here. All right, it still builds that way. So CSproj files are basically identical. The only things that are missing now is this part here, which I don't think should have any impact whatsoever. So we're not going to do anything there. What else is in this folder? There were the export presets, which I already took a look at. So there's this one, and then there is, let's open up Godot. Can I do this?
Whoops.
How do you, there. Skeleseller, game out. There, that. So we want, compare this with those. Yeah, so this is what I was saying earlier. This is that dialog that shows up in Godot, the project export. So this dialog, you can see things like icon interpolation. That's all in here. So if I search for interpolation, yeah. So here are all the settings, and the only three differences. Wait, runnable false. What? Hold on a second. Why is this off? I hope that's not the problem because Somehow that evaded my detection. Oh man, wouldn't that be hilarious? I have no idea, by the way. It could be wrong, it could be a red herring. So we're gonna try this out. That would be really funny. Okay, no, it's not that. All right, I think I was just clicking buttons earlier and I forgot to hit save because I was wondering what that button did. All right, so yeah, the only two differences we have are the export path, which I cannot imagine is a problem because we're getting an app file either way, and then the bundle identifier, which again I cannot imagine would ever be a problem here. Contributing upstream fix. Oh man, can you imagine? That would be quite a lot of onboarding time for that. It'd be so funny if there was a checkbox somewhere where it's like make the build break. I'm like, oh yeah, of course you'd have that checked. Yeah, so okay, I don't see a difference between the config. I don't see a difference between the CS proj file. I didn't see a difference between the solution. So what else could possibly be causing an issue here? What would be a difference between these things? And I mean, I guess it could be like sprite sheets or something. So let's go copy everything we had in the sprite sheets over there too. So we have assets. We'll just copy this entire folder over, right? Drag this over to here and copy you. Whoops, that entire folder over to here. Now nothing's going to refer to these assets, but I don't know if that matters. So yeah, they all exist now over there. So it must have gotten import files for all of them. Yeah, so if we export this, does it now work? Again, I can't really imagine why there'd be a problem with this, but that we're just testing everything. Make no assumptions. So delete this, wait for this thing to finish. Okay. Could it be the splash screen? It could be. It definitely could be. Yeah. We could try disabling that. Man, wouldn't that be hilarious? Yeah, so this is still working. All right, let's delete the splash screen. These are things I would not have thought to test, but definitely worth doing. Splash screen off. All right, now there's an asterisk at the top. I guess we have to save something. I don't know what. And now let's export that. Yeah, no splash screen camera in the game. What's nice is we can always just show our own splash screen, or at least we'd be able to tell the Godot people, hey, here's what's going wrong. All right, where did my folder go now? Here. Is it the splash screen? No, it's not. It just crashes. Have you already tried running in terminal see error output? Yeah, there's just not really any output here. If I go over to this, content, Mac OS, and then Skeleseller. Yeah, it just says seg fault. And we get a log, but the log doesn't really have any information in it. Well, not any information that's helpful for me. What else is different? I mean, we could try other things here. We could just change this too. I'd like one playable demo, please. Welcome back, Half, for your 5/6 of a year. Is there any info in the syslog? Well, how do I get to the syslog? I'm not super familiar with Mac OS from this point of view. I remember back in the Microsoft days, booting up WinDBG, loading up symbols, digging into the assembly calls to certain things. Haven't done that on Mac. Console app start, then make it crash. Oh, okay. Yeah, let me do that. First, let's just make it crash without that, just in case it actually works. What did I even just change here? What did I just change? How do I not remember what I just changed? Oh yeah, the bundle identifier, which should have no impact, but I'm still gonna try it. No, yeah, that breaks. Okay, so we're gonna hit start, make it crash. And then what do I do exactly? So a whole lot of things in the log. I guess I can search for Skeleseller. Creating and launching job. Constructed job description. Give me a second. Ignoring memory list update. Not memory managed. Invalidating assertion from originator. Oh man, there's like a million events. Might be a lot of log messages, kind of a needle in a haystack thing, unless you know what to search for. Yeah, I'm also not sure how much could be private here, which is why I'm looking at this off screen. Channel cannot return listener port. I mean, the crash happened so fast that I could have just stopped the log a little bit sooner, I suppose. What's this? Attempted to call TCC access request without the recommended check by audit token entitlement. You know what? That's something that's maybe worth testing out. What if we just granted it every entitlement? Would that matter? I mean, it didn't matter for the demo project, but I'm just going to click all of these things. Oh, I need to specify usage descriptions. I don't want to do that. I doubt it would even have mattered anyway. Maybe just turn on debugging, Apple events. Sure, whatever. Let's save that. Try that out. I don't think this would matter. I just can't see why it would. Crashes still. Is there anything else? I wonder if I just made it like full screen by default. It'd be nice to know what's going wrong here. Window. Full screen. Okay, now export that. We're gonna get to the bottom of this, one way or another. No. Could focus on just error messages, the ones with the yellow dot, or I click on error and say show type error. Yeah, let's do that. Console. All right, so start, make this crash. All right. Show type error. So we get a whole bunch of problems here. Could open parent path. C prefs SD. I'm guessing this is a Mac OS thing though. Also, what did I even name this? This is a .test. Can we search for that? This is a, no, maybe Skeleseller. Here we go. I mean, none of these seem that identifying to me. It'll only run applications that are signed and notarized. I don't think that's a problem because I made the application here. I think normally it would give you a specific error saying, hey, we don't trust this, or you need to unquarantine this app. So yeah, I don't think that's a problem. With that said, we could try that too. So might as well, right? I did something here about, yeah, unquarantine and approve. So trash. Game out, Skeleseller. Yeah, this. All right, so unquarantine. Do you unquarantine an app or do you give me a sec. Engage privacy mode. Overriding security settings. What is my password? Okay, there it is. All right. Yeah, so does that work? No, it still crashes. Well, the full screen thing is something I just changed. So that actually wasn't the case originally. And I'm going to set this back to maximize. Well, I guess it wasn't even maximized. It was just windowed. But I kind of don't think that would be a problem either. Let's save that and export and try that out. Try checking export with debug yet? Maybe it gives you proper stack trace. I think there's something at the bottom here that has that already enabled. There's include debug symbols, but I did not. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about this one. I'll try that in a sec. Yeah, and the Windows failures. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, remember, this isn't just happening on Mac. It's also happening on Windows. All right, well, it's not that. All right, so now let's export with debug. Save. What could be wrong? I wonder if I need to run this with that .command file. I mean, we could try it. Copy and run the .command file. Well, that didn't help. Can you attach a debugger to it? Yeah, sure. Although I think it's probably going to be really, really hard to tell what's going on. Can I do this? Attach to process. Is this actually doing anything? This is getting process list. I don't think this is actually doing anything. I think this probably wants me to make a new project first. Empty. Oh my god. Delete me. And save it in temp, I guess. Xcode debug. Okay, does this let me debug arbitrary processes now? Is this doing anything? What is going on? We just debug executable. I guess we'll do it this way. Maybe tough if you don't have an Xcode project for it. Choose. All right. Launch automatically, sure. Now what, we click this button? Developer tools access. All right, engage privacy mode again. Is it working? It's like a million unused variables. It's commenting on. Bone weight. All right, what happened? uint4? Is this like shader stuff it compiled? Yeah, light vertex. Yeah. This all sounds like shader stuff. Which isn't necessarily problematic. I don't see an issue with. Looks like it called a null pointer. I mean, yeah, it said it was a seg fault trying to access like 0x0000 or whatever, but why is that happening? What the charts that are missing here, and I'd love to give this feedback to someone at Apple, is the brain impact, which is at maximum right now. How do we measure that? I can't handle this. Okay, so we were trying to build up the working project to the point where it doesn't work anymore. But the not working project, like we could approach this from either direction, right? Like build up the working project until it breaks, or prune the not working project until it works. Problem with this is I took Skeleseller and then added a delete me scene with a simple C# script, and then it already didn't work. But it works before I have the script. So that's the part that I think that's the closest to figuring this out that we'll get here. If I just detach the script, save, and then export, then this actually does work totally fine. So I export this. Doesn't matter whether I have debug or not, I guess. Exporting to a path with spaces in it. Do I have spaces in here? I don't even think I do. Yeah, I don't think there are spaces in this. And I guess the full path is technically app contents Mac OS. Yeah, I don't think any of this has a space right now. All right, so we're here, except for not really, because I need to delete this, open this. And now this will work. You'll see the bone pile and you'll see hello world on here. And it all comes down to not having a C# script. This doesn't look like it's working. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the big confusion here. The way that I break this is literally just by attaching this script to here. And you might say, well, then it's a script problem, right? And it is not. This is the simplest possible script we could have. In fact, what if we delete the gd.print here? What if somehow that's doing it? What if we can just not call any Godot things? I don't think we'd be able to attach a script though if we don't do that. Yeah, I don't think we could do that. Let's try exporting. It's simple, but it's importing Godot. Yeah, but Godot is Godot. So, like, how could anyone ever have exported anything? Whoops. Can't move it to the trash because it's open. Well, then it's time to trash everything. Quit out of Xcode. Quit out of this. Stop tasks. Is that the only C# script? Yeah, that's the only C# script. I don't think I saved. Yeah, I think you're right. I messed that up. Okay, let's do that again. I gotta take a break soon. This is a huge bummer, like a huge bummer. I would just expect this stuff to work, and I don't know what's wrong, and it might be my fault. And if it's like, I would expect to be able to debug this more easily, I guess. All right, is this working? No, it's not. So it's not like it has to do with gd.print. But yeah, so that's the big difference. When we attach the script, it breaks. When we don't have the script, it's working fine. Copying the non-working project piece by piece of the working project until it stops working, if it even stops. Yeah, I guess we could start by, copying over everything. Maybe I'm in a cursed directory. Maybe that is true. You know what? Let's do that next. In fact, I'm going to skip the break for a second and we're just going to try that out. So we're in this test project here. And we're gonna copy over all of this. We have a CS proj file. CS proj file points at that stuff. We do need project.godot. Or else, no, do we? No, maybe we can just copy that over. All right, let's try that out. Let's copy these two things. Okay, now over in our test project, let's open the town scene and hit play. This might fail. Although I'm not even exporting, I'm just trying to build it normally. But like I don't see any. Oh, I deleted everything from the town. Okay. It says this worked, so we can all rest easy. Let's try exporting because it did not work when I was doing this earlier. So even if we get this part functional, then it's probably already a benefit. In which case, maybe it has to do with, I don't know, multiple CS prod files, which I thought I tested. I'm like 99% sure this is going to fail though. So let's delete this. I'm just waiting for this progress bar to be done. There we go. I'm going to fully wait for it to close. Don't want any partially emitted files here. Okay. Now, whoops. Go to out.zip. Run this app. Pretty sure this is going to crash. It did not crash. Okay. Something is funny here, but I'm going to take a break finally. Maybe something wrong with the C# file itself. Could try deleting and creating it again. I don't think it's that, but I'm going to take a quick break and I got to write down exactly where I left off here. Where I left off, copied everything from Skeleseller to the temp directory and it seemed to work. So something is poisoned. This is ironic because we need an antidote, which is what the game is all about. But let's come back to that in a bit. Is it jump time? It's jump time. Let's get back to this puzzle. Close the game. So we need to finish copying the rest of this structure, but I deleted everything from town. So let's go put everything back in town. Oh, my sanity is rapidly leaving my body. What was I even doing? Tests, this thing, CD test. Scene. Somewhere here there's a town.tscn. Yeah, there it is. Scene town town.tscn. I can't even type anymore. There we go. All right, now we paste this in and then we try it out, reload. So this should just be the regular game. I don't think there should be any problems here, right? Well, except for that part. Oh, wait a sec. That means it wasn't running the town scene that whole time. Oh, how did that happen? Main, yeah, this should be scene slash town slash town. Okay, so then that didn't really test what I thought it tested. Maybe it doesn't matter. Something else is wrong here. I mean, there are a bunch of errors, but just ignore the errors, I guess, and let's just try exporting. Because if we even get to that view, it already means that there is a curse. And then we need to figure out how to break the curse. This is no longer coding. This is evil magic. All right, it built. We delete this. We open this. We open this. Do we see a town? Okay, that's wild. Like absolutely wild. What is the difference here? It's not the end of the world if we have to just make a new project and get this to work every time. Because we could automate that. But this is this is ridiculous. All right, what is breaking here? I kind of want to get the whole game exported at least. What did I do? I just made a new project and copy pasted everything in. All right, what is this? Wheel up. Oh yeah. This is the project stuff not existing. Okay, so maybe that's the real problem here. Maybe it's something in the project.godot file that we're about to find out. So what we need to do is we need to save this off. This is the, like, we'll call it working project.godot.txt. That way Godot doesn't try picking this up. Use txt. Okay, so this one we know worked. And it was just this. Easy peasy. So now we're going to copy in the one that didn't work. And we would, I guess, expect this to break. Replace. All right, so now that's going to cause this to need to reload everything. Reload. Version controls less the building. Well, this is all in my temp folder. I mean, all of this could just be trashed and we'd be able to get back here pretty quickly. This isn't even in a repo. Okay, so now if we hit play, we should have something's wrong. Oh no, I overwrote that. Ugh. Scenes, town. What is the error that showed up in here? Delete me can't be found. I probably overwrote it. Is this? No, something's wrong here. Something's very wrong here. Scripts not found. Source/scene scripts. Source/scene scripts /town. No, these things can be found. Oh, wait. Oh, it's probably looking inside of a slightly different path, I think. What's trying to do this? Well, Godot is trying to do it. Let's search for this. It might have had game in it originally. No, that doesn't make sense. It wouldn't have had that. Unless something in the project.godot is broken. Which is possible. Can I click this button? Yeah, that works. So what's it saying you can't find? town.cs that exists right there. Source, scene scripts, town. You need to set target groups? I'm not sure what target groups refer to in this case. What are you talking about? Is it like shorthand or aliases inside of your scene folder or your assets folder? I am a bit confused by the. Oh, wait a second. Oh, what's. There's no build button up here. Why did that go away? Yeah, there's a build button up here, but this one doesn't even have it. I think we need to just reload this whole thing. Like, I think something just fundamentally broke there. Oh, this sucks. I want this one. Okay. Does that fix this? Oh, there's still no build button. What? Yeah, it is Mono Godot. You probably can't see this. Sorry, I was trying to show this earlier, but yeah, my keyboard camera is blocking it. But it's definitely, it says Godot Mono here, and it's the same as what I had for this other one that I was using. We could manually build, I guess, by doing .NET build. Yeah, build succeeded. So now I should just be able to play this, right? No, something's still, what is going on? You running this issue on new project? I don't get why it's complaining about all of this stuff. Because they exist and it must have to do with the project.godot thing, something that I changed in here. Well, let's go look at all the changes then. So we load up that working project Godot, close every other tab that we have. Okay, then load up project.godot from the main one and then compare. Oh my God, can you imagine how funny it'd be if these emojis are what's stopping this from working? I think this is the issue. Assembly name equals game. Yeah, we don't have that anymore. Maybe I should just rename this and this. Solution directory is not ... That any of these things could be problems. Okay, everything else looks pretty straightforward here. Yeah, I don't think there's any like major differences. I really want to test those things too. So we're gonna get there. But first, why can't we build this? Creates C# solution usually fixes the missing build button. I don't know if there's a problem here. I think the problem might have been, although it's still not there, I think the problem might have been that I was pointing at the wrong, yeah, this. Why, how did, oh, I think it overwrites what I'm doing. Okay, assembly name, we got to type in this thing here. And then somewhere there should be a name of the game. Yeah, this. Okay, now we save, reload. Yeah, now we get a build button. Yeah, so it just couldn't find the solution. And we build through this and we hit the play button and now I expect it should work. Not quite. These buttons aren't disabled correctly, but no, they're also not working. Oh wait, I cut them all out. Oh my God. I forgot the millions of changes I did this morning out of frustration. I deleted everything. I think we could put all that code back and I think it would all work. So why don't we try that? Yeah. Town.cs. There it is. So all we need to do is just select all of the code and comment it back in and then delete these mock functions that we had. Now we play that and this should just be game as usual. There should be no differences. Yeah. I mean, looks like it's working. Yeah, looks fine to me. We could click all the buttons and just make sure nothing goes wrong here. Yeah. Did that produce any errors? Nope. Yeah, cool. All right, this is the game. So now we try exporting. And click some buttons. Click, click, click. then go back to this, delete that, and just wait. I'm very interested in finding out what's going wrong here. Like, I just can't imagine what it must be. Maybe no one has the same project structure and use .. / as their solution directory. It's probably not that. Maybe no one used emojis. Just managed to run the game on a default solution. Yeah, but like, yeah, maybe it's that. Yeah, I still believe in the cursed directory thing. All right, is this going to work? It does. So, what's the difference? Did that just lag? Oh, I can't open the debug menu anymore. But there is still debug grant. What? What's that doing? What you doing there, button? Visible equals false, not true. All right, well, whoops. But yeah, that looks like it's working. It wasn't emoji paths. It was just emoji tags. I think emoji paths would be pretty funny, though. All right, so now let's go back to the broken project, and let's try changing some things. So all of that... Wait, no. What differences do we have now? Where's our project.Godot? There it is. All right, open that project.Godot and compare it with that one. So difference is this is not really a difference. Oh, and that's it. That's the only change. That's impossible, though, because I changed where the solution is. Oh, maybe I modified the wrong file. Yeah, I modified the wrong file. Whoops. Well, maybe that's the issue, right? Is this just going to build now? Wait a sec. We just noticed that there's nothing different. I guess we got to rename these things back to Skeleseller. Skeleseller. Put this back. Window mode 2. I'll leave that as is. I doubt that's a problem too, though. Okay, now let's hit run on this. Oh, this has all the broken code too. Let's start deleting stuff. Revert this. Debug menu, what changed in here? No, that's fine. That's fine. This is not fine. Revert. Reload, hit the play button. Hey, we did it. Now there are these issues because presumably it can't find the solution file anymore. So what if we did this? What if we copy the solution file into the game folder, and then in the game folder, we delete the other project and delete its UUID, and then in the project, set the .NET stuff to find the solution in the current directory. Yeah. What about now? Okay, still nothing. Why do we hit the build button? Primary constructor stuff. Oh no. It's modifying this still, I think. Yuck. Oh, is it because there is no CS_proj file here? Skeleseller.cs project. Where is this? Oh, it's one. No, what? That's correct. What? Something weird happened. Well, all right, whatever. Let's set this to 8 and see what happens. Does this build all of a sudden? Oh, I have set nullable to true. I think you can just do that here. Nullable. Enable? Is it enable? I don't know. Trusting on AI for that. Let's just see. Okay. Now can we export this? If we can, then it's just a problem of where this solution is. And it only took just a slight 3 hours to fix it. I hope this works. All right, so now we're testing this one. Does it work? It does. So it is a solution. Wow. Wow. What does this mean though? Oh my God. All right. I think no matter what, we have to file a bug in Godot, but we got to figure out the minimum repro for this. And I think I know what it is. So I'm going to do this now because I think it's the right thing to do for the world, but not for the game. And I've got tomorrow to work on the game. So hopefully this doesn't take too long. So here's our new goal. Make a minimal repro of the issue, which I think is due to having .. as the solution path. Let's go set this up. What happened? Oh, a whole lot of things happened. The short story is the game was crashing on export and I didn't know why. And then 3 hours later, I found out why. That's the short story. So now what we're going to try to do is file a nice bug for the Godot people about this. Chef Alton. Who knows? Maybe it'll happen. All right, so we're gonna put this in temp as well, and we're gonna create a folder in here called Godot export crash repro. Select. Nice thing is I'll have video proof of this. All right, version control none. We don't need it. Actually, it might. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Did I solve it? Yeah, I think so. But I want to make a repro and file this. Okay, so what do we do here? We need to put the solution file in the previous directory, in the upper directory. So I want this. Yeah, I want this over here. What do I call this? Godot something something. Not that. What do I call this? Godot. Godot export crash repro or whatever. Yeah, Godot export. Okay, so the solution file goes here. So we say something like, I don't know, solution.sln or project.sln. I'll say repro.sln. That's pretty good. All right, paste that stuff in, and I'll just replace Skeleseller with repro. Then game is actually going to be, we should probably delete spaces from this. Whoops. That way, no one thinks it's due to having spaces in here. This is going to be in there. And game.csproj. We don't need this. We don't need this. Good. Doing well so far. Next up, we need to make the, whatever I just called that, game.csproj. Okay, so let's take our game.csproj and let's save that in this thing. Save. Okay, now does it have any references to Skeleseller? No. This is all fine. Delete this. It doesn't matter. Delete this, 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 this. None of this stuff matters. Yeah, none of this matters either. That's it. Yeah. Okay. Now back in this project, we set a path to this to be .. An assembly name, maybe we turn this back into this. Any other application config stuff we want to modify? No, I don't think that matters. Then we make a scene, we drag this onto it. What, did that not even work? That was weird. What's going on? What's going on? Something's amiss. Uh-oh. Something's very amiss. I just renamed the solution to game and it worked. No other changes. Really? Oh my God. That would explain a lot. If you probably also fixed the bug where it's creating new solution files for us. Yeah, I think I just crashed Godot though. All right, let's force quit this. Just modify the solution to rename the project to game. Let's close out of this. I don't even know how this thing is running. New window. Where is it? Where is it? I don't even see it here. Oh, this missing project? Oh, well, that's why. Move all, import, temp. Yeah, because I deleted the spaces. That's why. So we load it from there. Now we should be able to create a scene. Yep, and then drag this onto here. Yep, and then just make this larger. Not that it matters. And then save this as whatever main. This just does not matter whatsoever. And attach a script. This part does matter. That's it. Cool. We're done. And we go test it. So it should play. But then when we export it, it should fail. So that part works. Good. Now let's try exporting it. Project export. Make a new preset. Export path is going to be out/out.zip. I think we need to create the folder though. There. Then bundle identifier com.godot.repro. And then check this box. Then export. Bug report for the crash while making it. Man, I can't believe this. I'm going to copy this too. What I should do eventually. All right, so we just exported it. Let's see, does it work now? Out/out.zip. We try running this. I think it'll crash. Okay, I must not have reproed it correctly. I don't exactly know what I messed up though. Let's take a look at the project file. Yeah, this is missing the .. Oh, because the editor crashed. Yeah, I think that's what's gonna fix this thing. I just hit save, so if it does look like it's showing there. No, it doesn't show. .. We do that. We hit save this time for sure. Good. Again, this should build totally fine. Should work. Good. Then we export it and it should fail. Where's my app? There it is. Okay, try launching the app again. Aha, it crashed. Aha. We did it. Validation. Okay, now we go file a bug. All right. Issue. New issue. I'm contributing. All right, add a title. So Godot C# exports crash on launch if well, wait a second. This is not necessarily the problem here, right? Dark said that all we needed to do is rename our solution. Yeah, you have it in your settings. So that's not actually the problem. The problem is when the names don't match. It's looking for game, but we have Skeleseller. Yeah. How do I prove this in this thing right here? Repro.sln. Like what made it look for game, I wonder. Is it in this case is looking for You most likely don't have to file a bug. I think I have to file a bug for this, right? If you don't have, if the name of this doesn't match, something in the export should tell you. Otherwise, it's just going to crash a bunch and someone else might lose hours and hours and hours of their time. I feel like the bug isn't necessarily that it crashes. It could be just something doesn't tell you, hey, that's why this is happening. I think troubleshooting information is just as important. Well, maybe not just as important. If there were no crash, you wouldn't need any information. But yeah. So wait, let's go back to the Skeleseller stuff that we had here. So I can revert this. Or well, that was new anyway. I can revert this. Project.Godot didn't need anything to change here, presumably. So revert that too. I don't need the delete me stuff. It's called delete me for a reason. I do need get ignore. I do need this, and I do need this. Yeah, so all you're saying we had to do is rename this to game.sln and rename the project to game. So this should be game and the file itself should be game. And then we delete the Skeleseller one. And this should have all worked. Oh, look at that. I have a button to press. Thanks, Caleb. Thanks for the resub. Thanks for pressing buttons. Appreciate you. All right, let's hit the play button. Make sure this is working regularly first. Then we'll export it and see if it's working there. Yep, this all looks fine. Cool. Now we go to export. It worked. I saw that .NET Publish was launching correctly. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I still think this is worth filing as an issue. Basically, here's what I'm thinking about. If you hit the run button in Godot and it works, then you expect it to work after exporting. So if it doesn't, I think most people would consider that to be a bug. And that's why I think it's still worth filing something here. I'm doing pretty well, Caleb. It got a lot better when I finally got to the bottom of this issue. And yeah, thank you, Dark, for taking it the rest of the way there too. Did I export this? I think I did. I think I did. I guess we'll find out because I'm going to go into this and launch this again. Yeah, improvement request. I think that's fine. As long as I include all the information for someone to decide, then yeah. Okay, so this is working now. Wow. All right, so I want to get this to work over here too. So repro.sln points at repro. What do I need to do here? Maybe I need the solution to match the project file. Like this could have just been named repro.cs project and it would work. Let's go see if that's true. Unfortunately, it just takes so long to test. Well, it's just a lot of steps, I guess. It's not really that long. So we go over to this, delete this. So this should be broken right now. I'm waiting for it to finish. Hold on. Database transactions. Oh man. Hour long though, that's not too bad. Okay, yeah, so this is crashing. Now what I think we can do is we just need this to be named repro. And then go into this and name this repro as well. Okay, there. Now let's try exporting that. Hey, Wendy. Will there be a stream tomorrow? I know you usually don't stream, but with the situation of Skeleseller. No, I think I'm going to do all this stuff off stream. That way on Friday I can just launch the game. I think it'll let me move a little bit faster. Although I really needed to be streaming today. Otherwise I don't think I ever would have gotten to the bottom of this. It would have been so frustrating. Okay, so now we got to try running this. If this works, then I think we've got more information for the repro we can file. Yeah. didn't. But maybe it's because I need to rebuild over here. Wait, what's going on? This isn't even the right. Why is this called Skeleseller? Whoops. Whoops. It's called Skeleseller because it's Skeleseller. Yeah, I didn't just test anything right there. Let's try again. I'm a smart cookie. That actually also didn't work. All right, and that part I don't understand. Because I renamed this thing. Something needs to match here, and I just don't understand what needs to match. Yeah, this part's working fine, and then I try exporting and it doesn't work. Does something else need to match? I'll try this one more time. Oops, I didn't mean to press that. And then I'll look at the names again. No, it still doesn't work. What is different here? Oh, maybe the repro.cs project has something in it. Just click the wrong thing. Oh, there's another solution in there. What's that doing? Also, what is this doing? I need to call this repro? I doubt that matters. And this, I think it's that there's another solution file in here, and that's what's causing this to get messed up. I need to delete this. I just don't know how to get it to stay deleted. Is it gone? I think it's gone. Is this going to create it again? I don't want this information to go nowhere. I want to figure out some actionable thing that I can use to help somebody from hitting this in the future. What a set of issues. No, it's still not working. Yeah, I don't know what needs to match. Maybe this needs to be named repro.c. Wait, it was supposed to be named that. Oh, I already have one there. Oh, what's this doing then? Delete this. Ah, I see. That was the auto-created one. And now this isn't. Yeah. Something's, yeah, it's creating this stuff again. I got to figure out how to make it not do that. Maybe because of this assembly name, maybe this should have just been called repro and then everything would have worked just fine. I think that's it. I think that's what's pulling everything together here. I am now pretty certain that this is going to work. Yeah, it didn't create any one of those. Whoops. Save this. Export again. I am breaking the curse. Yeah, it didn't create a solution file again. Didn't create a CS project file again. Good. And this should launch. Yep. That's it. Yeah, assembly name has to match the solution and then project name inside it. That's basically it. Yep. Okay, yeah. I wanna file this. Exports crash on launch if the solution file. Where is that? What's that option called? Yeah, assembly name. The name of the CS project and solution file is by default set to the name of the project. Oh man. All right. Maybe copy property path. I guess if solutions / project / assembly names don't match. All right, when reporting bugs, please follow the guidelines in this template. It helps identify the problem precisely and thus enables contributors to fix it faster. Descriptive issue title above. Golden rule is always open one issue for one bug. Search, open, and closes it. We did that a bunch. Verify you're using a supported Godot version. I must be. Yep. If you use a custom build, I did not. Tested version, properly fixed, and you identify the bug was recently introduced or if it was always present. Specify the version you found the issue in. Include the git commit hash if using a development or non-official build. Exact Godot version, including the commit hash, can be copied by clicking the version shown in the editor, bottom bar, or in the project manager top bar. Okay, bottom bar. I think I can just click this. Did it copy it to my clipboard? Yes. Okay, where do I put this stuff? Oh, here we go. Reproducible in that. Please test earlier Godot versions, previous stable branch, development snapshots, and if applicable, newer versions. Mention whether the bug is reproducible. I'm not gonna do this. I should do this. I want to move on. I really, really want to move on. Where's Godot Mono? I don't even know where Godot Mono is. Where do you download Godot Mono? Whoa, no, I didn't want to download that. Where do you find previous? What? Okay, I don't even know where you download it, so we're just gonna call that quits. Yeah. All right, system information about this Mac. Okay, Mac OS, Sonoma. What do I have? M2? M2, yeah. Where'd that go? Mac OS Sonoma 14.4.1. All right, issue description. Oh, what a struggle this was. Okay. So I'll share what I have for this. I guess we just go look at the Skeleseller code base for this. I'm gonna close out of these things. So we had a solution file and then game and then game.csproj and then project.godot. So this is very easy to repro and also repros on both Mac OS and Windows. Have a directory structure like this. So actually, wait a second. None of the // thing shouldn't have mattered. So the directory structure here shouldn't matter either. So we should be able to make yet another new project. Oh my God, I'm sick of doing this. But fine. Okay, so we're gonna just call this final Godot export repro. Now we put final in the name, which is how you know that there's never gonna be another one after this. Yeah. You can't be more final than final. All right, we didn't even need anything in here. Well, I guess putting something in there makes it obvious that it ran. And attach a script. Okay, so make a new Godot project. Make a scene with anything in it. I just added the icon.svg as a sprite 2D to be able to tell that the project launched correctly. Attach a C# script to the root of the scene. Use the node 2D template. Although it's just the existence of C# that matters for this repro. Okay, so we do this. It's got to be C#. Don't even need to modify that. All right, save the scene, main, and hit the play button. All right, so that should have just created a what do I call this? Final something. Yeah, that should have created a CS proj and a solution file. Yeah, now if we go back to Skeleseller, I don't want this open anymore. And I don't want this open. We go back to Skeleseller for a second here. I don't even have it open. Well, I have these things open. Set a project here. And our assembly name was game. So game just needed to match the stuff in the solution file and the project. So what does this get created with? There's that, and then there's a project file. Final Godot export repro. And I got that as the name of the file as well. So if we just rename the solution, I think it'll break. Open an issue on this so we don't miss it before the checkpoint. You mean in Skeleseller or in Godot? Because, I mean, this should be super easy to fix. We should just be able to fix this today. Yeah, in Skeleseller. Okay, got it. So to break this, I just change one of these things, or I change the assembly name. All right, let's go try this out. So we've got to com.boot.bar. Disable library validation, export. Zip. Okay, so this should work because I haven't done anything to break it. Waiting for it to finish. There we go. All right, we should see a sprite here. Good. Now we're going to try breaking it by renaming this to repro. Oh wait, not that one. This one. repro.csproj. I don't think this is going to break it though, because I think what's going to happen is just going to recreate the solution file right there. It didn't. Oh, whoops, that should have been repro.sln. I didn't realize it would mess up like that. Wait, let's it export on that again. Yeah, there we go. So this should fail. Yep, it did. Okay, so repro number 1 is renaming the solution file to repro.sln. So if we rename this back to what it used to be, then it should work again. Tedious. I am convincing myself that I'm going to be providing value to somebody in the future. That someone else will have the same project structure and be like, oh my God, that person had my issue. Thank you, Denver coder. And I won't know it, but I'll have put some good energy into the world. But we need to go through this amount of pain first. So now this should work. Good. So that's repro number 1 is rename that. Repro number 2 is to rename this. So we call this repro, close, save, and export. Now that might have recreated, it did not. Yep. So now we try running this and I expect it to also crash. Yep. And then the final thing we need to test is renaming the CS proj file. which I think at that point will break something else. So I'm not actually going to test that. Oh yeah, and repro number 2 is renaming that thing copy path. All right, back to the comment that we were writing out here. Let's finish writing this. Very easy to repro on both Mac and Windows. Make a new Godot project, make a scene with anything in it. Attach a C# script to the root of the scene. Use the Node2D template. That'll just the existence of C# that manages this repro. And then either rename the .solution file that got created. I'll just say named whatever Godot repro to either rename the solution file that got created or rename the project setting to repro, not Godot repro. Okay, so at this point, if you hit the play button, it still works, right? Yeah, it does still work, although we get an error here. Yeah. So at this point, if you, all right, I can't type in there. If you press the play button in the editor, the game will run. But if you export to Mac OS or Windows, the resulting app will crash, will segfault. It would be good if Godot could detect that you're in a scenario where your assembly name doesn't match your solution or project. Tell you about it. These repro steps were a simplified version of what I had done, which is to make a game for many hours and then finally try exporting it, only to find that the resulting app would crash. All right. Please do not add code examples or error messages as screenshots, but as text. If you're reporting the bug in the editor interface, like the script editor, provide a screenshot and text. Include images or videos. I don't need to do that. Oh wait, steps to reproduce. How's that? Why are these separate? Well, fine. And I'll say export the build. I guess we'll copy it from here. Something weird is going on with Ghost Text right now. And silence post on Stack Overflow on anywhere else I found is infuriating. What do you mean? Yeah, I'm not sure I follow. I need to disconnect Ghost Text. Oh, now I can't even Command Z this thing? No. Where's my text? There it is. Okay, that's fine. Export to Windows or Mac, and then launch the resulting export. This is all going to put this information into just an issue, and I think I just want to keep the text I had and just not fill this out the way that they have it. Yeah, I'm just going to put it all into repro steps and then just modify the resulting issue. All right, C repro steps. Small Godot project that reproduces the issue with no unnecessary files included. Be sure not to include the .godot folder. Yeah, so how do I do this? We need to delete this part, and then everything else is totally fine. So we just make these into a zip repro. But this would only work if I properly renamed it in here. Yes, I did. Good. So now we put this over here. You take the assembly name setting and add sln/csproj when making the path. There's also a comment saying the csproj should be next to the Godot project. I don't think this is required though. Hard to say. Yeah. But thanks for looking that up, Lub. If your issue is not C# specific, upload a minimal reproduction project written in GD script. Oh, I see. Okay. You have CS project next to Godot project? Oh, wait, next to the Godot project. Oh, maybe I misread that. I thought they were saying next to the solution. Oh, yeah, that part's fine. Hey, Crace. It's been a wild day today. Just a wild day. All right, we're going to submit this as a new issue, and then we're going to see how it formed all of this. There. Okay, a couple of tiny changes. Other notes. If anyone's searching for this issue finds themselves in this situation, solution is very easy. Just make sure your solution / your assembly name matches everywhere that it's referenced. For me, I just modified I just renamed my SLN file and also the project name within it. They're all game now. Okay. Oh. What a trip. All right, let's go add this in the notes now. C# in Godot. Troubleshooting. An exported build doesn't work. Perhaps your assembly name doesn't match your solution / project names, ? MREF. There. Yeah, it's a good summary. There's the bug. This, it's just something else. When was the last time I did Skeleseller work? Was it like 3 hours ago? All right, here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna go into productivity mode. Must have been super fun to debug. You know, really, here's what I think is fun to debug. You can have really, really involved problems. And I think it's that, are you making progress at most steps along the way? Like, do you have a hunch you can validate? That's generally what I think is fun when you're debugging something. Like, oh, maybe I misnamed this, or maybe there's another system and there's a race condition, and you go test something out, you add a delay or you remove a delay, and you find out, okay, yep, that's the problem. Then you have to figure out how to fix it. In this case, it was like 2 hours of testing very surfacey things, and then finally closing in on what was the problem. Can you quickly check if your breakpoints work? Do yours not work? Do I have the right changes here? I think so. I changed this. I did not change project.godot, but how many? I have so many of these things open. What's the assembly name? Assembly name is game. Yeah, so we've got to go into Skeleseller. I want to delete this from here. Remove. Actually, remove all this stuff. All right, I actually need Godot for testing a breakpoint, though. All right, breakpoint. Let's go to town and then ready and then set a breakpoint here. I mean, I pressed the wrong button, but why does it say it doesn't contain a definition? Probably I need to rebuild this. Did rebuilding even work? I didn't even run that correctly. All right, we click this and then we try running that. Nice, works. Yeah. And just to test, let's click, or let's do like get child count. Yeah. Well, I feel good. This is my contribution to the world today. Oh, I should add one more thing here. This is a Mac OS repro. Wait, is it a Mac OS repro? No. There's nothing Mac OS about this. Yeah, cancel. All right, I'll be back in a little bit. And then, like I said, we'll fix up this bug. We'll close the issue that Darkstorm filed. Close issue that Dark filed. I'll be back. Is it jump time? It's jump time. Hey, again, close the game. All right, so close the issue. Oh, man. I just still can't believe this is how today went. I'm not even that bummed. I don't know. This is just development for you. Yeah, I'll link this to this issue. Where'd the issue go here? See for more information. All right, let's go fix that issue. So the get ignore doesn't really need to be fixed right now. This needs to be checked in, and this needs to be checked in, and that's it. This will probably fix that other issue. I did solve the problem. Yeah. And there are a lot of things that went well about this. It doesn't even necessarily matter that my day did not go according to plan. It just feels a little weird. Like I said, I'm not even that bummed. I'm not like super angry or frustrated. I'm just sort of flabbergasted. I think that's it. Will that create a conflict if I PR with the older name? I don't know, because you wouldn't have modified that name. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it should. It's only when you modify a file in ways that can't be automatically reconciled that create a conflict. So fix 107. Actually, I'll do this. I'll say rename solution and project. Fix is 107. This cost about 3 to 4 hours. Well, 3 hours. Now, what's the appropriate emoji to use for this? This one. Commit. Yes, skull. All right, so this should be marked closed. Good. So that's done. Minimal repro's done. This is done. This is done. The party emoji, not for the cost 3 hours part, but for the fixes part, maybe. What ID is this? This is VS Code. There you go. So all this did is turn off debug stuff. And the entire thing I wanted to test this whole time is just if we export a build, which we now know how to do, we know how to do this very, very well. If we export a build, then it should not let us use any debug functions. So let's go test that out. Close this. What is this? Yeah, this is what we want. All right, so just wait for this to finish. My ghast has been flabbered. Let's run that. Run this too. Just here because you're suffering with this is going to save me in the future. Well, I'm glad. I hope it does. Okay, so now we should not be able to open the debug menu. I can't. And in skills, we shouldn't see that button, but it's there. So why is it there? Oh, because I didn't delete the thing. Yeah. So skill tree. This should be set up here and should be just set to this. If you have the feature, then it's visible. So bool is debug build, I guess. Yeah. And then replace these is debug build. Now let's try that again. I'm fine with exporting this. I should have had that correct the first time, but I didn't. But it's not like no. Whoops. Whoops. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. It took the focus, so then my arrow key didn't work. I'm gonna file a bug on Godot for that. Wait, why is it still failing to build? Oh, maybe it's failing to build because there's an actual issue here. This returns a Boolean, right? Uh-oh. Not a good thing that I can't hover over this and see what it returns. What if I reload this whole thing? Uh-oh. Okay, well now we're getting a problem here. That's correct. This is how I wanted to do things. Yeah, nice. Everything's working again. And yes, I definitely did break that myself. That was my fault. Game development. By the way, this is why people end up with like crazy hacks in their game. Well, one of the reasons why. Imagine if instead of being checkpoint number 1, this was the final launch of the game. And a day or two before, I have all the marketing materials set up. The game's launching May 17th. And then the day rolls around and I'm frazzled out of my mind. I would do whatever workaround it takes. Sell my soul to the first person to walk in the door, promising me a solution. You've got it. Oh, let's try running this. Yeah, nice. Now skill tree. Yeah, we don't have the button here. We can't access the debug menu. Try having to do CSS on top of all of that. Yep, I've struggled with CSS before. I know what it's like. I feel your pain. All right, now we have the debug menu and we have debug grant points, which doesn't work because we don't have an adventurer right there. But if we had an adventurer, you better believe it'd work. Yep. We did it. We did the one task I was trying to do several hours ago. Yeah, so it's this. It should just be a matter of calling this. We'll probably need to expose that from some location. Areas that should be hidden. Yeah, we already did this. All right, so this fixes 87. Turn off or like prepare for exported builds. Fixes number 87. Only surface debug behavior in debug builds and ignore the out directory. CSS makes more sense to you than JavaScript? What's kind of nice about them both is since they're supposed to be interpreted by computers, they're generally somewhat logical. And if you can think like the computer thinks, then you'll understand what's going on. But yeah, I guess in terms of where are their errors and how are they to fix, I think CSS is probably easier than JavaScript, but probably not as easy as TypeScript. Yeah. Hey, Apollo. Makes more sense to me than JavaScript. Yeah, I think any strongly statically typed language, I think, would make more sense than JavaScript. All right. Yeah, we're done with this. Commit and push. So now this is marked as done. Oh, we did it. Oh yeah, turn off quests. I forgot to do that. Oh wait, whatever happened to tasks.json? Did I delete that? Yep, I did. Okay, I wanted to. I just want to make sure that I did it. All right, so turn off quests. We don't have feature flags or something, and I don't think I want to add them just for this. I just want to make sure there's no quest stuff that shows up. Oh man, how many tabs did I open? Okay, where are we putting this? Shopkeep, I guess. So if num quest available is greater than 0, and let's just say you're on a debug build for now. All right, so that'll pop up quest stuff. Actually, you know what? Let's do debug 2 here so that I can see what it's like if you don't have this. Now I don't need to export a build. All right, so we grant ourselves some money and then we click upgrade shop. It says quest available, but if we just ignore that, then you'll never know about quests. So now we just need to not have that text pop up. Yeah, I could just do a return before the if, but I want it to be on debug builds. That way you can still test this easily. Am I releasing this on itch.io or Steam? Eventually both, but possibly neither for 2 days from now. I'm not totally sure where I'm going to put it. I think itch would probably make the most sense. Yeah, so quest available. Where does that show up? Quest available. This is upgrade shop. So we just won't show this unless you're on a debug build. You know what we should do? We should make some like, I should put this in one spot rather than multiple. So how about we just put it in shopkeep? I'll just make a public static bool show quest stuff. Return os dot has feature debug. Yeah. So we'll put this here. And we'll put it here. If shopkeep dot show quest stuff. Actually, just if not, then return from this. That's fine. Okay, there we go. And then let's set this to false. And try it out. Cool. That's it. Maybe if you, maybe in this case, we should do this. We should say up added an item display. There we go. And this should be in green. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, just put an else here. There. Actually, I guess do it in reverse. That way you still get some feedback when you do this. Added an item display, added an item display. Good. Cool. And then we'll set this back to what it should have been, which is this. And now you should see quest available. Yeah, and then this dialog. Great. Disable quests unless on debug build. These aren't ready for checkpoint number 1. Okay, now I got this feedback during idle ascendance, which is that on a trackpad, it's really, really hard to zoom in small increments. And I tested this myself, and it actually is really tough. You go like this or like this every time you're trying to zoom just a little bit. So we just need to add in some shortcuts for zooming. Do you all think if you were using a trackpad, you'd be okay with plus and minus being those keys? Or should I make them something else? I think plus and minus makes the most sense for me. All right, so input map. Problem is I got a wacky keyboard going on right now, so let's plug in a regular keyboard. That way I can make sure that it's the same key that other people will be pressing. So we want to add a new action. Wheel up and wheel down. I guess we could make a, yeah, I'll just do like UI zoom in and UI zoom out. Have that WSD keyboard. You know it. All right, now we press, so zoom in is going to be plus and zoom out is going to be minus. Now I'd also like to add in the numpad buttons. Numpad. What? I guess it's this one, plus. I'm going to assume that's what it is, but I don't have a keyboard with a numpad, so I can't test that. And then there are 2 minuses, right? Huh. I don't think plus is what I think it is. I don't know how you set this. Yeah, they don't, maybe they don't separate out numpad keys. I don't even think Mac does that. Maybe that's the problem here. Oh, KP, here they are. Yeah, it's KP add. Okay, and I put that in the wrong spot. You can't drag these? Why does it look like you can drag them? What? Fine. So we add in KP add and KP subtract. Okay, done with that. All right, now we can go back to my regular keyboard. Hey, Abby. All right, so save that. Let's go test that out. So I should be able to press. Oh, wait, what am I doing? I didn't actually code anything. What's the matter? What's going on? All right, so there's is action pressed or UI zoom in. What does true mean here? Should zoom in. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. And then same thing down here. UI zoom out. All right, so now if I press plus and minus and equals and underscore maybe? Yeah, they all work. Neat. Yeah, that's just a minor quality of life thing. Yeah, pretty easy. Okay, add zoom hotkeys. I got feedback during idle ascendance that using a trackpad to zoom is too hard. Okay. Now where are we at? Consider nudging the player toward action. This would be great to do. I'd love to get this done tomorrow. Let's just take inventory because it's been a long time since I've looked at the game, like properly looked at it. Maybe pressing plus or minus would make more sense to zoom on screen center rather than the mouse. It probably would, but just having something there for now is good. So yeah, if you have the cursor here and you hit the plus key a bunch of times, it's going to zoom in there. But yeah, better to just have something working. Just looking for, is this fun feedback? Yeah. Yeah. And there is now some progression in the game. So you can start, and the only action you can do is hire an adventurer. And then that unlocks now every single button. But the only thing ooh, why is that way over there? Oh, because of the zooming that I did? Oh, I didn't think about that. We're going to zoom everything, not just one thing. Okay, that's still fine. It's good enough for the first checkpoint. Anyway, yeah, so the first thing you can do is what you just saw. Hire an adventurer and then go start a battle. And you will get $6. And with that $6, you can upgrade your storeroom, which will let you hold more items for you to get more money. And yeah, this will just keep continuing. I'm not going to like go through all of this. So if it is fun, then time to make the full game. Well, here's what I think is going to happen. I think since people thought Idle Ascendance is fun, and this is like Idle Ascendance plus plus, I think it's going to be the same level of I find this fun. And I think it's going to be more about what works and what doesn't, and just kind of proving that we have a release process here. So I'm looking forward to that. I think essentially what I'm trying to say is I think we're making the full game no matter what. Hi, cat. Whoa, hey, you're getting very swatty. But yeah, I think this is pretty cool. More streams. Yeah, well, there will be streams regardless. Time estimate for alpha of full game. When you say alpha of the full game, I guess the way I separated this was like checkpoint number 1 is going to be Friday. Checkpoint number 2 is probably going to be July or August. Then beta, which is, I guess you can kind of call it checkpoint number 3, will probably be like, I don't know, September maybe. And then the full launch maybe in November, something like that. So checkpoint number 1 is what you see here. Really basic, just like, look, do you like the basic game loop that you see? Checkpoint number 2 is probably going to have a lot more going on, but probably not all the content, not all the polish. And hopefully, you know what? I think the main thing about checkpoint number 2 we got to get. I'm going to write this in the, excuse me, I'm going to write this in the design document. I think we should aim for like a couple hours of gameplay. Aim for a couple of hours of gameplay. Yeah, I think that's the main thing. Be the true test for if the game is fun and how long the fun lasts. So yeah, slightly more content is inherent to that. Those things are fine. Yeah. Hi, cat. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Who's doing the art? So the art is a combination of some assets I got from GIF on itch, and then someone, okay, hang on, I can't even like open documents right now. And then Quickie Joe. How does this feel compared to Botland? Feeling more rapid and agile, a natural progression of your game dev skills? It's definitely feeling more agile. Oh my God, cat. Why can't you just step on the desk and not my keyboard? Yeah, it definitely feels more agile. It feels more intentional. It feels like we're validating more frequently, which I think is the important part. I think with Botland, it's not that it was a bad game. It didn't really have a market fit so much. She still went over to the keyboard. I'm not even over there. Hi, cat. Yeah. So what I want to do is, oh, no, don't put your butt there. Okay. Okay, good girl. She's so adorable. Also, I don't know how this happens, but she gets like extra soft sometimes. And right now she's extra soft. Maybe it's because she bathes herself recently. They try to imitate us, really? Huh. You sure the word wasn't intimidate? Like, I will delete all of your code if you don't pay attention to me. What a good cat. Yeah, so I think Checkpoint 2 will have a couple of hours of gameplay. And I think the final game will only be, something like somewhere between 5 and 10 hours, maybe. Yeah, sometimes extra soft. Yeah, it's really nice. Oh, what a good cat. Hey, Knox. I'll allow that. Do you want to jump up again? Abby. Abby? Abby, you want to stop rubbing your face on the microphone? Hey, you. Hey, my hands are up here now. Oh, that's right. Oh, you can step on your hind paws. What a good girl. Good job. That's the only thing you know how to do. We haven't really put any time into training her. All right, can I use my keyboard again, or are you going to stop me? Because I would like to figure some things out over here. Oh yeah, the feedback form. I want to go make that. She's rubbing her face against the mouse. She's going to start clicking stuff. Let me code. Push the quest system after checkpoint 1. Got some stuff you'd want to split up and push before the release. What do you mean? So parts of the quest system I want to split up? Because I think the quest system is something where if it doesn't serve, like, we need a purpose for us to be pushing it out to players. Oh. Is there something for you to do, you mean? If you want, you could add in the back graphics. Yeah, that should be pretty easy. Although I just tinted all the monsters, so I guess we'd have to change the tinting. I'm trying to get back to work, by the way. I'm not trying to just make this a cat stream, but she's not moving. All right, let's go look at the original feedback form for no. Ah. Okay. Wow. She really doesn't want me touching this keyboard right now. All right, can I move the keyboard around you then? Since we're having a split keyboard is good. Okay, please let me type. No. Just mashing her head against my hand. I can't. Oh my God. Cat. Where's the feedback form? Okay. So let's go to the questions here. So I had fun playing the game. I think that's definitely going to be in the final thing we had here. We had somewhere here, we had an issue that was like, look into, or like get the new feedback form. There were things, would you quit doing that? I'm not trying to play. I'm trying to touch my keyboard. Feed, that's all I can get. All right, no, it's not there. Here it was. Yeah, I had fun. I found this better or worse than last time, assuming you played last time. I'll probably just directly ask people that. And then asking people like, what genres of game did you play? Or what do you like to play? Hey, Calic, thanks for the resub. Welcome back. All right, if the game were to launch as a finished product, I would purchase it. I think that's probably still good to have in it. I don't think the storyline we need to ask about. I think it's going to be in there. What improvements would you want to see and why? The problem with this question is that people did not answer the why. They just kind of mentioned some things and they didn't necessarily say like what they liked or didn't like or why they even wanted that in the game. People just said something like there should be items, and it's like, okay, that's potentially good feedback, but you know, why do you want that? Why do you expect that? So maybe I'll just delete that and just have any other thoughts you'd like to share. Yeah, let's go make the new form. How do we even do this? Google Forms. Go to Forms, new blank form. Oh, wait, we could just duplicate the old one, right? No, there's no duplicate. At least I don't think so. I'll just make a new blank one anyway. Okay, here we go. Why would you like to see those changes? I think people won't type what I need for that, so I probably need to just, I don't know, come up with different questions. And I think just getting their thoughts in general would be good. All right, so Skeleseller checkpoint number 1 feedback. All right. The goal of checkpoint number 1 is to make sure that we're on the right track. It is far from a finished game. Find out more here. Oh, okay. Goodbye. All right, I can zoom in on this again. Yeah, so question number 1 is still the most important thing. This, I had fun playing the game. And then we add in strongly agree all the way to strongly disagree. Put strongly agree on the top. Good, 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 good. Still, you might get some actually helpful feedback. Yeah, and I definitely got good feedback on Idle Ascendants. So I was happy about that. This, I also want to ask. I think this is good. Oh, can we copy across documents, I wonder? Oh, no, it just duplicated it. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Poll is only for your Twitch audience. It's for whoever comes across the game. I will end up sharing this with some other real life friends and just saying, what do you think? Although they probably won't fill out the form. They'll probably just tell me directly. All right, I want the same options. Strongly agree. Agree. Neutral. Disagree. Strongly disagree. Will there be a link in game for it? I think there won't be, but I'll probably put it on the itch page or something. But I think what tends to happen with this stuff, and this is what happened with Idle Ascendants at least, we got 36 responses, and not all of them had these long form responses. Like we had 32 long form responses here, and then 27 here. If we'd gotten even 10 of these, I think it still would have been pretty good. It was generally, some of this stuff was eye-opening to see one person say it or 2 people say it, but then a lot of it you see shared across many people. Excuse me. And even the things that were confusing. So for example, one of the things was, hey, I couldn't zoom with the trackpad. And so we just addressed that. And if I hadn't heard that feedback, I would have just never thought of it. Okay, so what else did we have here? Yeah, any other thoughts you'd like to share? Let's add that in. Add that. This is long answer. Sounds good. Okay, now the other questions that I had not asked last time around. Let me fix my keyboard. There we go. Which other game most closely resembles this game? Okay, so this I think doesn't have to be required. This has to be required. And this one too. Which other game most closely resembles this game? This should just be a short answer. I guess it relates pretty close to idle games. Yeah, and I want to see what other people say about this. I think this is a pretty good question to ask. And I think someone suggested something like this last time, and I was just like, no, I don't need to do that. But I think it is a good idea. Which genres of game do you like? Should I pre-populate this? Most popular game genres? Action, adventure, role-playing, strategy, simulation. Popular types of games and examples. Yeah, I think we should just make this multiple choice. Sure. Okay. Game genres. What's currently going on? I'm working on the feedback form I plan on releasing alongside the playable demo of Skeleseller that I want to launch in 2 days. So there's a little bit more info about the game. This will be playable in a couple days. It's not finalized or anything. And how long has it been now since we started working on it? Because I think stream time, it's been like 14 days or whatever the title says. But calendar time, it's been about a month. Yeah. Speaking of which, time to update this. Spent most of the day struggling with a Godot / C# issue that I filed. That was here. Also got some balance work done and other MISC launch stuff. Yeah. Let's just fix that typo. And then we can cross that off. Okay. Yeah, so I think just copying in all of these would be good. Are there any others that I would write? Strategy, sports, puzzles, stealth. I don't think stealth is a genre. Or at least not if the other ones are genres. Action, platformer. Yeah, platformer I could see. Platformer. Shooter games. Yeah, shooters. Fighting, beat 'em up, stealth. Okay, they do consider stealth to be its own genre. Fine. Fine, I'll put it there. Survival. Yeah, survival. I would consider that to be a genre. Rhythm. I don't really think it's worth asking about if people like rhythm games because I don't think this resembles it at all. Survival, horror, adventure, puzzle. Oh, they're all on the left side. Simulation, strategy, sports. Simulation, strategy. Oh, I already have sports up there. Yeah, that's pretty good. Idle games. I think those fit into simulation or idle. Yeah. Okay, let's go add this to the form. Done. Okay, what else do we have here? Where would you want to play this game? Mobile versus desktop? Yeah. Where would you want to play this game? Mobile, desktop. Checkboxes. Actually, to make it clearer, so not everyone is going to notice these are checkboxes. So if I just say mobile, desktop, or both, then I think it'll make it more obvious to do it this way. You can also have other and add their own. I think that would be good if this were for like marketing data or something, but this is mostly just to figure out, do you like similar games to this? And it kind of really just comes down to, would you check this box? Maybe a little bit of strategy. Yeah, like those are the two things I'm kind of concerned with. So let's say you don't like the game and you're like, oh man, shooters, that's it. That's the only thing you check out of here. I'd be like, okay, it's not a shooter. And you don't tend to like other games. So probably not a big deal. All right, did you already know me through Twitch, etc.? Yeah, I think that's probably a good thing to ask, but I don't know how many people are gonna. How do I drag this question? There's probably a thing that I just can't see because it's in Dark Reader. Yep, there it is. I need to do it the other way around. Yeah, there we go. Okay, bias check. Had you heard of me already? Yes, through Twitch. Yeah, I'll just say yes or no. Yeah. Simulation is super different from idle for me. Spend hours upon hours in Microsoft Flight Sim, but it has zero to do with idle games. I can separate them out. I think that's fine. How do we add another option? Can't even tell. Idle. Put this up here in alphabetical order, and then simulation. Okay, there we go. Whoa, you can just press enter. Agree that simulation. Hey, Ski Dog. Now what I'm thinking for idle games, think more Planet Coaster or Farming Sim. Gotcha. How have you found this game is usually better? You can check multiple things in. How did you find out about Skeleseller? Through you, through Adam, through some other means. How do you have it be like? I'll just make a short answer. Did you already do you watch my streams? Yeah. Slash videos. Anything else? Yeah. So the only other thing, I know this is already getting somewhat long. This is for sure important. I want to keep this. Maybe I drop this one. Would you pay for it? Because it's pretty early. You know what? I think we should drop this. I think it's a good question to ask eventually, but I don't want it yet. Yeah. Just delete that one. I'll just, I don't know, people are probably going to type a paragraph answer in there anyway. Any other thoughts you'd like to share should probably be lower in the list. Ways to improve the game, bugs, etc. Okay, I think this is probably pretty good. So this one's required. This is optional. Which game genres do you like? Is also optional. Maybe I should make this required. Where would you want to play this game? I might as well. If it's a multiple choice, it's so easy to answer. How'd you find out about this? Yeah, this should be required. And any other thoughts you'd like to share? Not required. Yeah, okay. Good. So there's our feedback form. Now we click send and then copy a link. All right, so we got to put this into the game somewhere. Add to the game. Okay. For the question about how have you heard about the game, you can still make a multiple choice. Have through Adam or add other. Then we have to parse through all the through Adam. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Thanks for the suggestions, Mouse. How do you do that though? Videos / streams. Oh, add other. Oh, cool. So now they can type this in? I guess I can preview this and we can see. Yeah, neat. Cool. Yeah, I like that. All right. Yeah, nice. So exporting builds, we have now figured out. Ooh. Unranked all the way to top 10. Yeah, except for top 10 has a lot of people in there. Okay, so we got added instructions and everything. What else remains in the project? Release checkpoint number 1 was in here. Make the feedback form and make it pretty clear that if you play the game, you better provide feedback. Yeah, I really want to repeat this a bunch. I would love for you all to try the game. And on Friday, you'll get the opportunity to. But if you play it, whether you hate it, whether you love it, please do fill out that form. I do not mind hearing, I didn't find this game fun, I tried, or I didn't find this game fun, I didn't try, you suck. It doesn't matter. Just just share some thoughts in that feedback form. Tell me about what you ate for breakfast if you want to. But I don't want you to just play the game and then not provide feedback. Throw some text in the game, say this is a very early prototype. Yep. If web export thing hasn't been fixed, tell people to only trust download from news on Discord. Yeah. Add to my calendar to make a YouTube video about this. Maybe say in the video that I only really plan to make about 3 of these. Yeah. This is something I'll work on tomorrow, I think. We should at least play it before we give feedback. Yeah. Not just because we watched you do it. Yeah, exactly. So I thought that was a given, but maybe it wasn't. Which is, I would like people to play the game, and then I would like them to give feedback. So you can either do 0 or you can do both, but please don't just do 1. I guess being an offline game, no option for in-game feedback. Yeah, you could still have that option. I don't think that changes like a rating or anything like that. Like I could just throw it up a server really fast and have it collect responses. I just don't think it's really all that worthwhile yet. And part of the reason why, I think the earlier you are in development, the more feedback you'll probably get. More feedback you'll get that looks like other feedback. Because there's just less there. So people might say, hey, I hit this bug, and you'll get like 7 of those reports. And someone else might be like, hey, this would be cool if you added this thing in. But I think toward the end, you'll have addressed a lot of the feedback. And at that point, yeah, maybe hearing feedback in game could be good. Every round at the game over could have a link to the feedback form. Yeah, so this is a very chill game. There are no game overs. And what we've got so far, and maybe this is spoilers, not that there's really any content, but yeah, you can hire an adventurer, you can start a battle, you can win the battle. You will always win the first battle that you ever do, and then you'll get items, and your character will sell these items, and then you can start upgrading stuff. So even if your character loses, like let's say you get into the stronger battle like this one, so this has 4 of these skeletons, and they will win, so there's no way for you to win this battle at first, then that's it. You can just click another button and join another battle. Will there be a give feedback button on the main UI? It might not be that hard to add. You know what? Let me write that in. Yeah, why C# and not GDScript? I added that to that document, Modern Wisdom. Check that out. It's not a very long answer, but it does link to something that's harder for me to just kind of leave on the screen. This why not GDScript right here is... Why does this not work for me? I can't click this link for some reason. I don't know why, but it should work. It just breaks for me every once in a while. Yeah, I like Raimu's suggestion that we might as well try that out. Release checkpoint number 1. Maybe add a button to the game that says give feedback that maybe lights up after 5 minutes. Maybe it shows a message like You don't have to provide it now, but please don't forget before you're done. Yeah. There was something else I was gonna say. Oh yeah. Darkstorm just submitted a PR. Let me take a look at this. Includes a separate sprite frames resource next to the sprite sheet. Sprite frames resource is accessible through sprite frames resource.bat. Halfway through, I realized, how do we even use this? I think we need to change the battler scene to use animated sprite, but then we can't use the existing sprites and implement proper animation resources with just one frame. So let me take a look at this. So we have the bat sprite sheet, we have the import stuff, we have the frames, and we have this. Yeah, so there are a couple things we could do. One is we could just, well, okay, how about this? Rather than talking about how we could do this, I think I'll just incorporate this tomorrow because there are some other things I want to finish up with today just to make sure we're on the right track. Message on close. You mean like before they close the game, pop up a link to the forum or something? Is there anything else I definitely want to do before this launches? I want to add in instructions to the game that just say something like, this is a prototype. Like, please, keep that in mind as you play this. A lot of these buttons are going to go away. Yeah, you might be able to do that, Mosa. I think I'd want the user to trigger it. Like, I don't want to be very spammy about it. And I think we're going to get feedback. Let me put it this way. I think we're going to get enough feedback with just the amount I've already messaged it here. And all of Friday is just going to be kind of playing the game, maybe doing another release at some point, that sort of thing. I got to make sure I can build a Windows build of this. Yeah, make sure I can build a Windows version from Mac. Yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah. It'll just be on itch on Friday. Yeah. I probably won't make the page look super nice, but that actually brings up a task, which is make the page look nicer. Make the itch page look nicer. I don't even have a page right now, so there's nothing to make look nicer. But yeah, I was playing this earlier as I was testing out balance, and I think it's getting there. It's definitely getting there. Like I can see the pieces of the game start coming together. I just do wonder, how does this part look different from, let's say, 3 hours into the game? And I've got some ideas for that. But I think it's going to be expanding the scale of your town. I hope I don't do something like you have 2 towns at some point. Who's that cool skeleton person walking around? So right now, it's just called a worker. So when you win a battle, they will go pick up items from the storeroom and then drop them off at the shop. But in the final game, there might only be one of them, and that's you in the game. And then maybe the other people who are restocking items are just your adventurers. I'm not totally sure. So yeah, these come up here and restock your items. Oh, I only have 1 slot. Okay, I should have enough money now. Nice. Cool. I like the idea that when you're about to release something, you realize all the things you would have liked to have done. And I don't feel strongly like, oh man, I want to delay the release or something. I think this is already playable. But yeah, there's a lot, like there's just a blank gray space on the bottom of the screen most of the time. And until you start a battle, it looks like it's unintentional. So having something there eventually would be nice. How about sending the worker back to get another item if there was no more space at the shop? Yeah, those things, that's part of the AI improvement I want to eventually make. I don't think it's a checkpoint one sort of thing. But maybe what I should do is just start the item displays a lot lower in the world. So like just move them physically down to there. That way your skeleton doesn't have to walk as far. Or make it so that skeletons and players only wander in this general area so they're not as far away from those. Am I correct in thinking this is similar to those in genre? Sort of. It's idle in that you're not controlling battles and you're not directing your workers to go to a particular spot, but not in the same sense that a lot of those games get to, where they sort of get to ludicrous numbers and 4 billion cookies earned per click, and that does certain things to the gameplay by having that. So I think of this as like a more laid back, finite idle game, I guess. Yeah, some kind of background, or just having the instances stay open even after you won them, so you can tell, oh, that's where I was and those are the items I got. Haven't been around recently, just due to being super busy. Oh no, totally fine. Yeah, I just always fine to ask questions. Now we did get fully working skill trees in the game, which is nice. So you can see all the different skills you have and then pick which ones you want to apply this to. So I think this will be fun for people, and I don't know. I'm really looking forward to hearing the feedback from people about this. I'm excited. When we're back into main development mode, this will be like mid-June. At some point, I need to start cranking out some tunes. And we've got a lot of stuff to code as well. Yeah, I look forward to hearing what you have to say, Ski. Hope you end up having fun. But like I said, if not, still totally fine. I still want feedback. If you're like, look, I could see where this is going, but it's not fun now, that's also totally fine. Anonymous gifter, thank you. Thanks for gifting the sub. Yeah, I don't have a vacation command, but I should probably add one. Vacation, Adam will be on vacation from May 22nd to June 12th. He may not start streaming immediately upon returning. It may take a few days. Yeah. Okay, I want to get my next adventurer. This is one of the things I suspect people will probably think in the game is like, can it just start battles for me? And we don't have a reason why not right now. But I think eventually it could be that maybe your adventurers work in the town to pick up items. I think we're going to have to go that route. And that way there's a trade-off between always running battles and having something else happen. But then also every time you hire an adventurer, is doing double duty is also hiring a worker. So got to think about the balance there. Am I planning to travel somewhere? Yeah, I just haven't talked too much about what exactly that is. I probably won't share until after it's all done. All right, my mage now has a skill. Nice. I don't think I can win a level 2 battle yet, right? I think it took level 4 to win that. Wait, no, are they winning? They did win. Huh. I guess the level 1 battle doesn't really matter too much. Yeah, I can probably make it more and more likely by just leveling them up. So cool. So cool to see this coming together. Yeah, it'd be nice to have ability effects in the game too, so you can actually see what's happening instead of just numbers popping up. All right, I should probably get going. Today has been a long day. Great potential becoming one of those games that take a small portion of the screen. Look at Rusty's retirement. Yeah, I think Left just had linked Rusty's retirement on Discord. And yeah, I could see you having this open on another screen and just kind of, checking in every once in a while if you want. I wanted it to be something where it wasn't just leave it for 2 days, come back, make like 3 decisions, then leave it again for 3 days. I feel like that's the idle genre, and yeah, I'm not as big a fan of that. Let's go see who to raid. Oh, Kindred Games is back. I don't think I've rated them since they've gotten back. I'm pretty sure they were streaming like 4 or 5 years ago. Maybe they never left. I'm just not in the loop. Yeah. All right, let's go raid them. Haven't seen them in a long time. Are you gonna monetize the game in some way? Yeah, I am. I've got a quick FAQ there that you can read. That says, I'm not trying to make this tedious for you. Yeah, it'll probably be between like $5 and $10. And I don't know. I didn't want it to be this predatory monetization of like, hey, you hit a barrier in the game and now you got to spend money and we'll make it a little bit easier for you, but you're just going to hit another barrier, so you'll spend more money. I want it to just be a one-time purchase. You buy the game, you have it, you have fun. Thank you all for watching. I'll be back on Friday, which is when we're going to launch this game. It'll be in the morning. So I end the stream at about, 3 or 4 or something like that, but at about 10 a.m. my time. So picture about 6 hours ago, but on Friday. That's when, if you're going to be here at any time, probably around then, try out the game, give some feedback. But if you show up later too, I'll probably have made some bug fixes or something by then. So yeah, hope you have a good rest of your day and see you all then. Bye.